Her voice hurricaned onto music charts in 1985 when she was 22. Whitney Exhale opened soon. While viewers cheer Whitney Houston's professional accomplishments, the first question folks want answered is whether her 3-year marriage to rap singer Bobby Brown is off or on. When we talked, that subject was off limits. However, on Oprah, Whitney flashed her wedding ring and said she and Bobby are back together after a recent separation.
Savannah.
Whitney Houston prefers talking about Savannah, the grown-up, multi-dimensional character in her new movie. Whitney is the main name in Waiting to Exhale, but she plays one of 4 women friends whose lives are examined with all their flaws. Exhale focuses on African-American women, but the message, quit holding your breath, waiting for life to begin, is one women of any color will hear. The film is directed by actor-director Forrest Whitaker of The Crying Game and is based on the best-selling novel of the same name by Terry McMillan. Exhale critics say is Whitney's best performance so far. They say she's an actress in this movie rather than a singer who acts, as she was in The Bodyguard. In The Bodyguard, you were pretty much playing what I think was you. But in this, the acting skills that you show are much broader. How did you get from that to here?
The Bodyguard was more acting for me than Savannah, believe it or not.
Why?
Because I'm familiar with Savannah. I'm familiar with that African-American woman situation, you know what I'm saying? I can dig that. I understand that. I know women like that. Strong women who say, you know, all right, I've been through this and I've gone through that, but guess what? I'm still standing. You know?
Tell me in the comments, when it comes to Waiting to Exhale and The Bodyguard, which one do you think she performed better as an actress?
No, Rachel Marin was way far from my character. Our worlds are the same. We come from the same place as far as entertainment is concerned. But as far as our characters, she's totally different from me.
This role was something that you seemed to be perfect for. Your energy, your personality. Why did you want to do it?
For those reasons. And Forrest kept saying, Whitney, you're Savannah, you're Savannah. And I hadn't quite read the book. So I kept saying, why? Why am I Savannah? He said, because Savannah is smooth and she is very much in control. You know, she's very strong and independent. And she makes her own decisions.
But she's a mama's girl, too.
Yes, and I am a mama's girl.
Ma, I am sick of you telling me how I should live my life, who you think I should love, marry. Ma, I'm sick of it.
Don't you raise your voice at me.
The most telling scene in the movie is when Savannah is nicely telling her mother off, loses it, and calls her back and apologizes for being disrespectful. Have you ever done that with your mom? Can you give me an example that you're willing to talk about? Okay.
No. No.
Whitney said,
You know, the one thing I noticed about these different videos when they're talking about kids becoming stars, you ain't gonna find too many parents that's gonna just jump all in with their kids making a life in Hollywood. You know, most parents nowadays would just be like, no, stay a kid, and when you become older, then you go do whatever you want to do. But I would say every so often, there's that one parent that's just be like, okay, you want to do it, let's do it. Let me know in the comments, are you that parent, or is your parent that parent?
Sissy's inspiration was tempered with tough love, insisting that her daughter finish high school before launching a career.
There was no such thing as talking back to my mother. Baby, you can, if you did, my mother said, girl, you better watch yourself, because you'll be going to dinners getting plates. She told me I'd be like that. I said, no, T. She said, every last one of them will be out your head. She meant it, because she would do it. And you know that thing, I brought you here, I'll take you out? Standard in my household. Because when she whooped you, you felt like you was going to die. You felt like, girl, you felt like your world had come apart. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, my God. And she said, well, I love you so much. I want you to understand that if I don't kick your tail, they're going to kick your tail out.
Let me know in the comments, are you just as strict of a parent as her parent was? And what about your parents? Are they just as strict?
There. So I want you to understand some things before you leave this household.
After high school, Whitney flung herself into singing. The result was nothing short of a pop music phenomena in the 1980s. You Give Good Love gave way to Saving All My Love, to How Will I Know, to I Want to Dance with Somebody. Grammys and other awards followed. So far, she's sold 80 million records, and that helped same time. Whitney shocked fans by marrying rap singer Bobby Brown. He's a Boston Projects hip hopper whose raw, rough demeanor contrasted with the middle-class Whitney's smooth, cool.
Honestly, when they got together, I thought that was more like a gimmick. You remember seeing that TV show, Making a Band? And somewhere throughout the course of that show, they arranged a date between one of the females with another artist. That's why I thought Whitney and Bobby was. I thought it was just record labels arranging a date, you know, and that's it. But then all of a sudden they end up blossoming into something like this. I just never really saw the magic between the two people. But it wasn't for me to see.
Bobby, Christina, do you all ever have discussions about how to raise her?
And who wins on that one?
Mom. My mother, because she's been there, and I trust her, you know. But there's some things that 1995 says that I know about that I got to school her on.
Like?
Well, my mom's got some things that are back from her day. And I can dig those things because I understand that day. Because she helped me to understand those days. But today is a new day with some new stuff. And the kids that come out today, I call them microwave children. Because these kids come out with a wealth of stuff that you go, where did you learn that from, darling? Have you been watching TV on the sneak? Because I don't let her watch TV. Oh, no. She doesn't watch TV. She can't watch none of those channels. She can only watch her tapes, her Cinderellas and all that kind of stuff, and little stories and stuff like that, because TV is garbage. And it really influences children to speaking differently and speak different to their parents. And that I will not stand for, and neither did my mother.
Let me know some of those TV shows in the comments that she's speaking on.
You will respect me because I'm going to respect you. So you're going to have to give it back to me. So I don't let her get influenced by some of those things, you know.
She's 2 years old. Terrible twos. How are you handling it?
She's saying no. No, Mommy. I said, Bobby Chris, please, I want you to sit down and be quiet. No. I said, okay, I'm going to try another angle. Bobby Chris, would you please sit down and be quiet for Mommy? No. All right, let's try it this way. If I kick your butt, will you sit down? And she goes, I'm out of here. She goes out that door, you know? You try different things with kids today. They're so funny and very smart.
Well, you know, your mom, great singer. You're a great singer. Bobby Christina, is she starting to sing yet?
She sings, and it's really strange because Bobby Chris sings in harmony. She hears harmony parts, and it's very weird. She's 2, baby, and she sings in harmony, and it scares me. And she dances like her father, which really frightens me. And at this point in time, she is singing and trying to work the board. You know, she's in the studio with me now, so she comes over there and she sits at the board with me. And she thinks she's doing something, but we always give her the parts that are not on. So she presses buttons, and she goes, like she did something, you know, like she's hearing something. And she just moves the button up, she goes, I like that, you know. And then we're driving in the car, and she's deep, because she'll go, wait a minute, hold up, that's my song. At 2? 2, girl, I'm telling you, am I lying? She will do that at 2. Mom, who's that singing? I said, that's Brandy, she's a lot like her. I'm like, oh, God, where did I get her from? Thank you, Bobby, thank you.
She is one of the joys of your life, and you just said it. Thank you, Father, thank you. Talk about your faith and how you put it into action.
I met Jesus a long time ago, when I was very young. I was raised and reared in church, and I was raised in the Word. Therefore, I feared God. Therefore, my mother told me that, okay, if you do so-and-so, so-and-so, I'm telling you something's going to come back to you. You better watch yourself and ask her what you want because you just might get it. There were lessons like that were taught in church, that were taught at home, that are not taught today to our kids, because if they were, they'd be more God-fearing and more respectful to each other.
Her willingness to speak openly of her faith, a straight pop music career, and her privileged background earned Whitney a goody two-shoes reputation. But with her new film, Motherhood and Reconciliation with her husband, Whitney emerges as a resilient survivor.
So your faith has got you through?
Absolutely. It has carried me through this world. It has taken me from here to Japan and back again.
I want you to take some time and think. Matter of fact, imagine with me. What if Bobby Christina had the same angelic voice as Whitney Houston? Maybe even elevated. Maybe had the moves and the dancing and the rhythm of Bobby Brown. Man, that child, I ain't gonna lie, I think that child would be Michael Jackson level. I mean, especially in the age of computers, Michael Jackson level. Tell me your thoughts about that in the comments. Be sure to like, share, watch more videos, and subscribe to the channel.